Moonletter, astrological podcast. New moon in Taurus, 27th of April 2025. Solid, dependable Taurus. Sounds like something we need in these unsettled times. But the planetary tension around the time of the new moon, with both Mars and Pluto in opposition and in tough angles to the new moon, suggest otherwise. This opposition is a repeat of what we had a few months ago, and it feels very much a battle of wills between the fast-moving competitiveness of Mars and the long-term strategy of Pluto. While Mars in Leo is impulsive and given to taking risks in search of glory, Pluto's game is more secretive, planning to undermine the opponent until they collapse from within. Plus, Mars is in Leo, the sign of royalty and centralized power, while Pluto is in Aquarius, the sign of democracy. Neptune is also having an influence on both of these contenders, forming an easy angle to Mars, which could feed an element of delusion into Mars's estimation of its own strength. Taurus's role in this drama is to maintain the status quo and keep things steady. Taurus is known for remaining calm and peaceful in all situations, until something happens that tips it over into action or retaliation. What we've got at the new moon is a powerful T-square formation, like a three-legged chair with a missing point. Normally, we would ask the missing point to balance the situation and restore some needed stability. But here, the missing point is in Scorpio, and Scorpio doesn't do balance. That's Libra's job. Scorpio's secret power is its ability to regenerate. In fact, the scorpion, the actual animal, is given to shedding its exoskeleton in order to grow. The whole process takes about 24 hours and then another week for the new exoskeleton to harden. During this process, the scorpion is extremely vulnerable and will go into hiding. This suggests that at the time of the new moon, we are in a process that must be allowed to take its course. Best to get out of the way and let it happen. Elsewhere in the new moon chart, Mercury and Venus are now running direct, good for easier communication and for building relationships, respectively. But Venus is sandwiched, or rather squashed, at the midpoint of Saturn at the end of Pisces and Neptune at the beginning of Aries. In relationships, this could inhibit any advances, while in the world of business, where Venus is the planet of value, this position emphasizes the general uncertainty of the economic situation, and the inhibition here is a positive influence, counselling caution. Full moon in Scorpio, 12th of May 2025. At the full moon, the moon has moved 180 degrees from the sun and is providing much-needed perspective to the situation. Perspective rather than balance. The moon is in Scorpio, and Scorpio's secretiveness means that a lot is going on behind the scenes. The Mars-Pluto opposition has moved on, so we won't be seeing a return of that for a couple of years. But the moon is at the focus of a Yod formation from Jupiter and Chiron. There could be painful realizations around this time. But the main factor at the full moon is Uranus, the disruptor, up close to the sun and opposite the moon. Uranus presages change, and the general advice would be to roll with the changes. However, this might be more of a challenge for the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, who, as the name suggests, are less able to handle change. On the plus side, Saturn is keeping things a lot more stable, and Venus and Mars are sending warm, friendly messages to each other, as both are now in fire signs.
And for more astrological and spiritual musings, check out moonletter.co.uk.